What is an annual report? All right. First off, disclaimer, I am not your attorney. I am not your CPA. I'm just providing general education on topics that are publicly available anywhere on the internet. I just am one person explaining it, but there are tons of different options you can choose from to get this publicly available information. So it's not special, it's not advice or anything like that. So what is an annual report? Now, we already have a video about what state compliance is. So definitely check out that video. It's a longer video because it goes into more detail. But this is kind of a tack onto that, just in case someone asks the question of what an annual report is versus what state compliance is. They're the same thing, so we're not going to go into depth here. But an annual report is really something that is required because of state compliance. State compliance is something that every state requires of you. They require that you check in on a regular basis. Usually it's every single year. And part of the state compliance is that you file an annual report. And so the annual report is the document you file with the state that is part of their required state compliance. Now, for the state of Texas, this is just the state of Texas. This does not go for every other state. I'm just using Texas because I just happen to know all the Texas information off the top of my head. Texas state compliance, their annual report is due for state compliance every May 15th. So between January and May 15th of every year, January 1st and May 15th of every year, the state comptroller will send out a mass kind of reminders and say, hey, here's a reminder that you need to file your annual report by May 15th. Because it's the government, I have seen these reminders arrive to people's homes after May 15th. So to reiterate, I've seen the state of Texas send out a reminder that your state compliance, your annual report for your state compliance is due on May 15th, and those documents have arrived after May 15th. So you can't rely on the government to help you with this. Better Legal, if you choose us to file your business formation, we will remind you every year. In January of every year, we will send out an email and say, hey, you filed in this state, and that state has this due date. Again, every state is different. Texas is May 15th, but some states are the anniversary of your filing, or the last day of the month of the anniversary of your filing, or the last day of the quarter of the anniversary of your filing, or the last day of the quarter before the anniversary of your filing. It's all over the board. And sometimes you owe money and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's tax revenue, sometimes it's just a filing fee. Regardless, an annual report is something that is tacked onto, that is usually the report that you file with the state for state compliance. Now, it's called an annual report, but usually it's just a web form because nobody deals in paper documents anymore. Now they're just online PDFs that you fill out and then either upload or you fill out a form online. But that's what the annual report is. The annual report is simply the actual document that you fill out to submit your state compliance to the state. And so with that, I will end. I will recommend that you watch the longer state compliance video because it goes into more detail. I tend to ramble here and there, but I like to give complete information. If you have any questions or comments, please ask below. I'm happy to go into more detail or kind of clarify things if I didn't do a good enough job on that. But if you got benefit out of this video, please like and subscribe. Or go to betterlegal.com and support us by choosing to use our service over somebody else who might have a cheaper kind of bait and switch service where they might get you for $49, but they don't provide you everything you need. With betterlegal.com, we provide you one price for the whole kit and caboodle, everything that you need to be able to walk into a bank, open a business bank account, and we provide the service of reminding you, even if you don't use our state compliance service, we will still remind you when your state compliance is due, and you can do that yourself if you choose. But that's everything today. It was great educating you, and I will see you on the next video.